6 years ago, I bought a one-way ticket out of Buenos Aires. I left with a suitcase and zero idea of how the world works and just this desperate need to escape. I thought I was escaping a broken economy. I thought I was escaping this lack of opportunity. But looking back, I think I was just escaping a broken version of myself. And now, after 6 years, 7 countries, and a whole lot of chaos, I am going back. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking about leaving your country, or you already left and you feel weirdly empty, watch this. Because I need to tell you the truth of what happens when you climb the ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. So let's look at where I've been. Argentina, Ireland, the UK, Germany, China, the Dominican Republic, and the Netherlands. 7 countries, 7 times I had to start from zero. And I don't mean just finding an apartment, I mean like complete respawning. You know in video games when you die and you come back and you have to re-equip your inventory and figure out the map again? Well, that's what an expat life actually is. On paper, I was winning. I got into tech sales, I closed deals, I improved my German and English. To be honest, I am still a little bit traumatized with German grammar, but we're trying. But the real lesson wasn't about the career itself. It was about the character I was playing. See, there's a difference between the old me that left Argentina and the new me who is talking to you right now. I would think about the perfect life, but then get paralyzed by the idea of it. But when you land to Dublin or Berlin or anywhere on this world with no network and with no safety net, you don't have the luxury of thinking. You just have to do. This is what I call the foreigner advantage. And yeah, it sounds a little bit weird to call it an advantage. But when you're a foreigner, you're already like the weird one in the room. You just don't fit the social script that you're in. You're a glitch in their matrix. And that gives you permission. It gives you permission to be imperfect, to make content that isn't polished, to try business ideas that might fail. Because, you are the outsider. What do you have to lose? I realized that I can do everything, but it was just a matter of trying. The old me thought I needed permission, versus the new me realized I just needed to start walking. But here's the hard part. Like the part nobody puts on Instagram, of course. For a long time, I thought building a home meant finding the perfect city. I thought if I found the perfect apartment in Berlin or the perfect beach in Dominican Republic or the perfect job in London, then I would feel safe. Then I would feel strong. I was constantly looking for strength outside of myself. I wanted the status to give me the security, or I wanted the paycheck to give me some sort of validity. And you know what? Whenever I put that strength outside of me, I realized I was actually making myself weaker. Because if your strength comes from your location, what happens when you move? If your strength comes from your job title, what happens when they let you go? I had this moment, maybe it was in the snow in Berlin like last week or on a plane years ago to China, that it kind of hit me. La casa sos vos. The home is you. I was the one navigating the airports. I was the one making the friends. I was the one surviving the lonely nights. The love, the safety, the home I was looking for. I was carrying it in my suitcase the whole time. I just didn't check my inventory. And honestly, realizing this makes me actually enjoy the end. Right now, as I'm going on for walks in Berlin, or I'm talking to friends that live in Barcelona or Zurich or wherever they live, I'm just soaking it all in. The cold, the gray skies, the order, the chaos. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss the version of me that lives here. But because I now know that home is me, I don't have to cling to the place like a life raft. I can romanticize the ending. I can look at this last few weeks not as a loss, but as the final scene of a really good season for me. I'm accepting that this map is finished. Knowing that I'm going to encounter new things and rediscover old things on the way back home, that brings me peace. So why go back? If I build this life and I have this freedom, why go back to Argentina? A lot of people think returning is giving up. Like you fail the level and you have to go back to the tutorial. But I don't see it that way. I'm not returning to the same place because I am not the same player. I am taking this director mindset, this ability to create my own reality, to manifest what I want, to be imperfect and loud and me, and I'm bringing it to the place where I used to be quiet. I'm going back to build a home, knowing that the bricks to build that home will not be made of geography. They are made of who I became while I was away. So, chicos, listen. If you're thinking about leaving, go. Go and get your heart broken by the world. Go and feel lonely. Go and realize that you're so much more capable than you think. And if you're thinking about coming home, you're not crazy. And you're not failing. You're just ready to play the game on a different difficulty setting. Me encanta that we get to do this. And I love that we get to choose. So human, stop thinking and start doing. And welcome to my universe. Ciao.